They say to rebuild a life, you must begin from nothing. But what does nothing truly look like? Is it the silence of a forest waiting? Or the echo of everything you chose to leave behind? The first mark on the earth is a promise. A promise that something new will grow here. Even if the ground is hard and the roots are your own, the forest demands a price for its timber. It asks for your strength, your sweat. It asks for a focus that leaves no room for yesterday. There is a language in the wood. A story of resilience told in its grain. He is not just building a structure, he is learning to listen. These are not just beams and pillars. They are the bones of a new existence, rising from the earth. And in the quiet clearing, a silent witness watches. The only soul who knows the weight of this undertaking. Each swing of the axe is a word, a declaration against the silence. This is the rhythm of purpose. The relentless, exhausting, beautiful beat of starting over. The world shrinks to this single, monumental task. To create a shelter not from the rain, but for the soul. In every joint, there is a lesson in connection. How broken pieces can be made to fit again. How they can be made stronger than before. He is not just an architect of wood and stone. He is the architect of his own piece. The foundation is not just for the house. It's a place to anchor a wandering heart, a solid ground in a world that felt like it was sinking. With every stone he lays, the past settles, the future begins to take a tangible shape. The frame is complete, a blueprint of hope against the sky. For the first time, there's more than just a plan. There is a place to come home to. The work is slow, methodical, unforgiving. But in the repetition, there is a strange kind of comfort. A meditation in motion. The forest gives him its fallen. And in return, he gives them new purpose. A cycle of renewal, written in sawdust and stone. The walls are not to keep the world out. They are to hold something precious within. Each log is a memory. Stripped bare and given a new place, the earth between them is the mortar. The messy, necessary part of healing that binds it all together. He works until the light fades. Until the only thoughts left are of the task at hand. This is how you build a fortress against ghosts. Not with anger, but with patience, not with resentment, but with reverence for the work. The structure begins to look like a dwelling, a place of refuge. Earned with scarred hands and an aching back, he is learning that the strongest walls are not made of stone, but of the will to create a space for peace. The roof begins to form, a shield against the sky, a final promise of safety. In this quiet collaboration with nature, he is not conquering it. He is becoming a part of its landscape. A man, a dog, and a home taking root among the trees. The form is almost complete. A testament to what a single person can create. When the desire for a different life becomes stronger than the fear of it. The roof is more than just a cover. It is a space for dreams to gather. A canvas for the sound of the rain. Each shingle, placed with care, is a choice. The choice to be present, to be deliberate. To finish what was started. A house is not a home until it can breathe. The small flowers in the woods, a reminder that even in the wildest places, beauty persists. It doesn't need an audience. It simply is. A quiet lesson in existence. Now, the details. The parts that will make this house a home. The door is an invitation to himself. A threshold between the world he left and the one he has built. And now, the heart of the home. The hearth. Built of stone, it is a monument to warmth. A place where fire will chase away the shadows. Both outside and within. He is no longer just surviving in the wilderness. He is building a life of comfort and intention. A house needs a lung, a way to exhale. The chimney rises, a conduit between the fire within and the stars above. He gathers fuel, not just for the coming cold, but as an act of faith in the days to come. A belief that there will be warmth, there will be light. The floor provides a solid ground to stand on. No longer the shifting earth, but a place of certainty. He lays each stone with the patience of a man who has nowhere else to be. And for the first time, that feels like freedom. The window is not just for light. It is a frame for his new world. A living painting that changes with the seasons. It lets the outside in, on his own terms. The crafting of the smallest pieces is where the soul of the builder is truly revealed. It's in these details that a house becomes a sanctuary. His companion rests, secure in this kingdom they have built together, a silent partner in the long days of labor, and a constant, warm reminder of what truly matters. The work is nearly done. And a home, born of will and wilderness, stands complete, a quiet monument to the profound peace found in creation. He didn't come here to escape life. He came here to find it, in its most essential form. Now, he builds not from necessity, but from a desire for beauty, a table to share a meal with the silence, a chair to rest and watch the world turn. These are the luxuries that cannot be bought. They must be carved from the heartwood of a life remade. He moves with the easy grace of a man who belongs to his surroundings. The fire burns in the hearth, a warm, beating heart in a house of wood and stone. The final act is one of harmony, tidying the earth, creating a space not just for himself, but for his companion, a simple moment of play, of joy, the true reward for all the labor. He installs the window, framing his view. He decides what part of the world he wants to see. And the door is hung. It can be opened, it can be closed. For the first time, he is in control of who and what he lets in. The final touches are an act of love. For the home, for the life it holds. He stands beside his creation. He and the dog, guardians of this quiet kingdom. He builds a path, not to leave, but to walk the ground he now calls home, a table and bench, an invitation, perhaps one day, for more than just himself. But for now, it is enough. Nature watches. The small life of the forest goes on. A silent approval of the new resident. He cares for his friend. A bond forged in silence and shared purpose. The work continues, but it is different now. It is the work of living, not just of building. He is not just a builder anymore. He is a craftsman, an artist, taking raw material and giving it form, meaning, and beauty. He has everything he needs, and everything he has made. The path is laid with stones from the stream, a connection between his home and the living water. He tends to the roof, planting grass, giving back to the earth a piece of what he took. The home becomes part of the hill. It does not dominate the landscape. It completes it. This is the final touch. A living roof. A breathing home. He has not built a house. He has cultivated a life. And in the quiet of the forest, it is flourishing. This is what nothing became. Not an absence, but a presence. The presence of peace.
A very special thank you to the owner of the YouTube channel Outdoor Builder for creating this wonderful video and allowing me to comment. If you enjoyed this narrative, please visit and support their channel at the link in the description below.